would take some exploration for sure.
So for those who are interested, Christy, how would you find what did you call it, the oming?
The oming. I can give you the link for you to put up with this podcast.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll put it when I post the link on Texas Desert Rose. I'll make sure that that's posted as well for those who are interested.
Great. And then I would recommend a book, I just went blank on the book, but it's...
That's okay. It'll come to you as we talk.
Yeah. But there's a book that I think every woman needs to read about themselves and sexuality. I'll think about
Feminine Mystique, or no?
Pardon?
The Feminine Mystique?
Nope, that's not it. It's so funny. I was even looking at it this morning, and I'll find it.
Okay, but, no worries.
But I think it's a must-read for every woman and even their partner. Every girl, every woman needs to read this book that I promise I'll think of here in just a minute.
Well, it's like, the era of the vagina monologues. The idea of embracing and loving self does not have to be anti-man.
Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. And that's the key is the importance of recognizing that both are just as powerful and just as important in this dynamic, that it's not this polarity of, one or the other. Okay, I thought of the book. It's Come As You Are. Have you read that book?
I have not. Do you know who it's by? Not to put you on the spot.
Emily Nagoski.
Okay.
I'm probably saying her last name wrong, but Come As You Are is a must-read for women.
I'll check the library. If not, I can order it. You guys can order it. See, I'm working and living in Bahrain, and so a lot of my life comes through Amazon.
I bet.
So I will look that one up for sure. I think any kind of information that I can learn, not only to impart to others, but for myself of, embracing the feminine, how to maintain a sense of self and some balance to be in a relationship. It's really the only way to be in a healthy connection. I tell couples all the time, a healthy connection is two whole people who share a part of their life, not all of their life together.
Yes.
For balance.
Yes.
So, Christy,
Absolutely.
We have about 7 or 8 minutes left. For those who want to connect to you, maybe take advantage of this amazing, not a course, this workshop that you and Rick are doing. You want to share any information about that?
Sure, I'd love to. So Marriage Boot Camp, I don't know if you've ever seen Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars on WeTV, but...
I haven't, but I've heard about it.
Okay. Well, the founders who created that actually were doing these intensives before that show came on, and so the show was actually based on this intensive that we work at. And the creators of that, Jim and Elizabeth Carroll, we work alongside them, and it's a 4-day intensive. It's only done in Dallas, and it is not a sit-down, take notes kind of workshop.
No, I would imagine not.
And so we're like working through drills. It's like, I've literally seen, Tammy, I've seen couples who are like, we're filing right now, or,
yes.
Show up at the boot camp the first day, turning away from each other, hardly speaking to each other, to 4 days later, they're canoodling in the corner. Like, it's incredible what you go through. And so during the day, you work on your marriage, and at night, you work on your own individual self, which, like we've just talked about. There's got to be your own individual healing and then coming together as a couple. So it's a 4-day intensive, and then Rick and I know how important continuing that and integrating that in the aftercare is just as valuable as the 4-day intensive is. And so we work with couples afterwards to integrate everything they've learned and to make that become part of the norm. And then we also do intensives ourselves, working with couples and, bringing them out like here to our land and doing some one-on-one work, VIP kind of, working through trauma and things, through role play and different things. But we love it. We love the work we do. We've worked with hundreds of couples. I tend to work with women individually and helping them kind of own their power in the relationship. And then it naturally comes together that they're like, no, I want to do this work with my husband, kind of thing. So I love it. Like, I truly wake up every day just loving the work we do. We see the change because our strong belief is when we heal our families, we heal our nation.
That is absolutely the feeling that I'm getting. You are meant, among other things, but you're really so meant to do this. And obviously, Rick came into your life to do exactly this with you.
I know. Isn't that so awesome?
It's powerful.
I just love it. Like, I just can't even, like, the first time I saw him up on stage, because, this is my ultimate dream, is that we would do this work together, and he wasn't fully in it. And in fact, I dragged his butt to the marriage boot camp.
I'm sure.
He was so mad at me, and he got up the first day, and he's like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, oh, my gosh. And then 4 days later, he's like, I'm telling the world.
Yeah, he's so passionate anyway. Oh, my goodness. He didn't know you were setting up his destiny or y'all's destiny.
No, he had no idea. But I see, and this is what gets me so choked up, Tammy, and I think it's, here we are going full circle back to how we met and why we met, and I am going to get choked up, is I see the wounding we take in as children from our own parents' wounding that was from their parents' wounding,
yes,
and on we go generationally, and if we can
in our cells, our blood cells, and our cellular makeup.
Yes, and when I do work, because I do some work in the energetic realm as well, is I call it our spiritual DNA and our physical DNA, that this is just, brought in generationally. And if we can change our children, if we can be the teachers to teach them differently than what we learned or what was modeled for us, and they can go on and have healthy relationships, knowing how to communicate, knowing, how to connect at this deep level of connection and to go into repair quickly. That's how we change the world.
Is there a higher calling?
Right? I mean, is there really? And so when I see people walk in and I hear their experiences of trauma and how broken down and the beliefs they've gone into because of it, and they can come out healed and in a new direction, those are the change makers and chain breakers. And that's why I do what I do, because I just value family so much. And the change we can make even now, even having grown children, we can make this change, because we can pattern for them something and model for them, something different. And it's not about blaming our parents and all the mistakes they made. They only did what they knew. That's what they did. Yeah, the best they could, just like we've done the best.
Absolutely.
We could. So
how does one get in touch with you? How do you prefer, if anybody wants to reach out to partake of this, how would they do that?
So I have a website. It's called thehealingcoach.com.
Thehealingcoach.com.
Yes, thehealingcoach.com. And there's a contact form in there. You can get a hold of me through that, and even get on a discovery call if you just want to play around and see, hey, is this a good fit? Is there work we could do together, or what resources could I have? Just reach out to me through thehealingcoach.com.
Beautiful.
I'd love to talk to you. Yeah.
I love it, and I'm thrilled that that you join me here, and I'm hoping that you will consider coming back again sometime. I know you have your own things that you're involved in, but I still have the goal of having an in-depth discussion about narcissism, of which both of us can really probably go for hours about that.
Oh, we certainly could. No, absolutely. I'm in, and I'm always up for a conversation with you. I mean, you're one of my peeps I can talk to all day long, and
Same.
still
Same.
just want more. So.
Well, thank you, Christy Diamond. You're a gem. The name is very fitting. You're a gem, and everyone out there, this is Texas Desert Rose, and again, love to hear from you. Stay in touch. Let me know what topics you want to know more about. We'll have more guests coming up. Blessings, and you have a good one.